Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back. As a matter of fact, man, Happy New Year. Yep. Happy New Year's to you and yours. It is 2025, and today is January the 4th. It is late night or early morning for you guys. It is 3:30 a.m. and I just had to get on this computer, man. I had to get on this YouTube thing, man, and come to you guys right quick. Yep. I had to do it. Um, the interesting thing came up, man. It is, it is. Hold up. There we go. While I'm out and about, I love to watch YouTube. I love to keep up with new trucking content. See what's going on out there with in the world. Where am I? Where am I, man? Hold up. Where am I? Where the heck am I? Let's get myself together, man. And when I'm out and about, man, I love to listen to YouTube, watch YouTube, whatever kind of content that's out there. Where's my screen? There we go. There we go. Looking good, man. Everybody's looking good out there, yo. There we go. And like I said, Happy New Year's, man. And while I'm out there, just out and about, whether I'm over the road or in my car, even in my personal car, I like to watch YouTube. I like to have YouTube going in the background, right? And a video came up today on my timeline. It's a ongoing conversation about what's going on in the trucking industry, right? It's an ongoing conversation. We're trying to figure out what's going on, who did it, why they're doing it, right? And we're trying to get to the root of the problem. Who killed the trucking industry, right? Who destroyed the trucking industry? Let's get that right, man. Who destroyed the trucking industry? And there's a content creator that goes by the name of Another Trucker. If you saw him in the thumbnail, um, yeah, if you saw him in the thumbnail, he has a pretty interesting perspective on the situation. I'm gonna go ahead and put his face back up here, because we're gonna go ahead and give credit to the content creators who help contribute to this thing, man. I'm not too familiar with Another Trucker, but I watched a little bit of his video, and however, he did mention some of the heavy hitters in the industry that I do follow. So we're going to go ahead and watch his video and who he's going to point the finger at as far as who destroyed the trucking industry. Okay? We're going to watch his video and see what he has to say about it. Okay? Man, how was y'all New Year's, man? I just got back in town from celebrating with the family. We had us a good old time, man. We went out of town to do some things. Y'all know how that is. There we go. Let's see what we look like right there. I believe that's it right there. I believe that's it. Yeah, we look good.
Yeah, a lot of shit started changing slowly.
Hold up. Let's run it back. Let's run it back.
Let my truck warm up. Of course, you gotta let it warm up when it's this cold, but I learned shit from people too in the comment section. Somebody, I it was one of the videos I was talking about not idling, I think. And somebody had made a comment that you need to.
This is another trucker, by the way,
Let
y'all.
your truck warm up for about an hour or two before you pull off. And just from some little research I've done, that makes sense. So I've been doing that. Let my truck sit warming up for a minute.
That's good.
I don't know, might be here for an hour and a half. But while we sitting up here, while I'm just sitting up here chilling, man, figure I go ahead and rap with y'all. But this is something that's been on my mind for a little minute. Social media destroyed trucking.
Oh, hey, he comes straight out the gate smoking, man. He says social media is the reason why. Social media is the reason why trucking is dead. Let's see where he goes with this.
Has it? Well, hey, I remember when I first started in trucking, it really wasn't too many influencers in trucking. It wasn't nobody selling no courses. This is 2017, so it really wasn't. I don't really recall nobody selling no courses.
I've seen a few people selling courses, not as many after the trucking boom, those COVID influencers. Especially on Instagram. There were a few that were selling courses on Instagram. Not a lot. Like maybe 3. But let's see where he's going with it.
I don't really recall seeing trucking commercials of, people trying to sell institutionalized information about trucking during that time. It was more so just, the content that was out, it was just more so people that was in trucking that was making content.
Mm-hmm.
And I came in the game watching a lot of people. I watched a lot of trucking content. But the person that I used to watch all the time, back when I first came in, I used to watch Trucker Brown all the time.
Damn right, man. Shout out to Trucker Brown, man. Trucker Brown is one of those OGs that we call in the trucking game, man. He's been doing it for a while. Him and Loshan, oh man, those Prime Inc. videos, like Loshan was one of the first people to start a fleet, actually, too, man. Like he got to a point to where he had started a fleet. So that was one of the social media influences that I was into, like Trucker Brown, Loshan. Who's another one? The bearded guy, right? And then there was this one other female trucker. She was light skinned. She had like blue eyes. She was light skinned with blue eyes, kind of thick. I think she used to drive for like JB Hunt. Then she had started doing some other things. I don't see her too much more, man. But let's see what he got.
That was that. You know what I'm saying? I was the guy who I was aligned with.
Spitting some game.
Into the game, and I learned a lot from him. It's shit I learned from him that I still practice to this day. Especially like with running my clock. I learned that from him. When you shut down and do your 10-hour break, you don't sit around and you wait. You don't waste time and bullshit. You get your ass up the road.
That's a fact, though, man. Running that clock is the way that you make money out here. But man, so many companies are switching over from doing that 8-hour split, right? Because one time I used to love doing a 8 split, 8-2 split, 7-3 split, But yeah, the way to maximize your money out here, as soon as your 10 hours up, you need to be up and rolling, man. So here's the thing, man. So round about, start getting yourself ready. around about 9.5 hours in, 9 hours in, go ahead and start getting ready. So when that 10th, so whenever your clock hit, boom, you go on duty, get to rolling.
You shut down 10 o'clock at night. Your
8.
clock is back up at 8 o'clock
Yep.
in the morning.
Yep.
8:15, doing your pre-trip.
Let's
then
go.
You gone. I've been running like that ever since. I don't mess around. So I picked that up from him, Trucker Brown. So yeah, it was just more so
I did too.
Man, I feel like it was a lot more people giving more information. I mean, you had people doing vlogs, but I feel like things were more informative. And just through the years, started to begin to see things slowly transform. In trucking, outside in these roads and these streets and social media wise. Yeah, a lot of shit started changing slowly. Trucking space started getting real weird after a while, man. It just got to a point. I'm like, man, I thought this was supposed to be about trucking. It started getting off into some other shit.
So what he's speaking on is saying he thought it was about trucking and like the earlier content creators who were making trucking videos, and because they were vlogging too. That is a different POV of vlogging. They were vlogging as well. But it was more so on just trucking. These new content creators, they're really making content on the glamorous side of trucking, like the glamorous lifestyle of trucking, right? Because with the older content creators and some of the current content creators, and if you've been in this industry long enough, this thing has more days that are absolute work than it is a vacation. And a lot of these new content creators, they are putting out videos that it glamorizes the trucking industry and the lifestyle, when that's not the big picture. That's not the full picture of trucking.
Just a bunch of ratchet shit that don't need to be. But
ratchet.
I don't know. Maybe social media, took the place of what the CB was. Because, from what I understand, the CB is where people be talking shit at. The drama is information and drama and BS on the CB. So the same shit is on social.
You know what? I think he's going somewhere. I think he's going somewhere with it, man. Look. Because I didn't get in on the CB era of trucking. However, I have heard some stories about the old days of being on the CB. Another trucker. So, look. I heard that there was some conversations going on. There was some reckless conversations going on the CB back in the day. Now, the thing is about back then versus today is that conversation over the CB, it was just for the people who was on CB, maybe some truckers, maybe some travelers, policemen, emergency workers, only the people who were on the CB. Now, the internet is for everybody, and everybody get to see you talk that BS, sell your BS, promote, talk bad about, bring down, say and do whatever over the internet. Everybody get to see it. But ratchet behavior, as he put it, has always been in the industry. Let's go.
So I guess that's probably what that was.
Mm.
But yeah, it just got weird after a while, so I kind of fell back off social media content. Um, I still will watch it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I've kept up with trucking content through these years,
Yep.
but it's just like at times, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially as of lately, like I don't really keep up with individual people and personalities. You know what I'm saying? I'm more into watching shit about, engines, how to fix shit, things of that nature.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? Something that's really gonna help you, you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, but I'll be taking up some courses myself. Gotta get that side hustle. Gotta think about, what you're gonna do 10, 15 years down the road.
So that's pretty much the content that I'm into. But now that I'm into that content, things that have to do with trucking always pops up in my algorithm. And some shit I see. One thing that I've noticed through time is a lot of thirst trapping.
Bum, 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 bum. Y'all out here in y'all negligee. Y'all got the pasties over the nips. Y'all know what y'all be doing. Y'all be out here with your shirt halfway buttoned down with the dirty pillows showing. Yep, he's talking to you now. Y'all be doing it now. Y'all be having the poop box all poked out in your thumbnails. Y'all be looking good too now. Y'all be looking good. Y'all be looking good. Thirsty than a motherfucker though. We know what y'all doing. We know what y'all selling. Trucking content. Wink, wink.
Now, we just gotta call this shit. We just gotta call it what it is.
Yes, sir.
We just gotta call it what it is. Hey, I have no issue with women coming into the trucking industry. That ain't no issue for me. But as far as like social media, I see the hustle. I'm pretty sure a lot of us see it. But it just seemed like from when I started just to what I'm seeing now on social media and just the way things are, it seemed like a lot of people, man, they not even really coming into the trucking industry to really truck. You know what I'm saying? They coming in the industry to make content. That's what it seemed like.
I look, he went there, man. I have been highlighting this phenomenon for a few months now. Okay. And I was having a conversation back and forth with a Prime Inc. driver. I think her name is Kelsey. I think her name is Kelsey, trucking with Kelsey. And she was highlighting another video. And then I went and I watched that driver's content. And then I had watched another driver and another driver, and it was like three females back to back. And you can actually watch the video on my channel. And women come into the trucking industry with a different goal in mind, right? Especially today's women. They come into the industry to be a content creator first and a truck driver second, right? So they're trying to master being a content creator all while trying to be a master driving the truck or a truck driver, right? Which is impossible, right? Because you have 10 hours, 10,000 hours you got to put in over here, 10,000 hours you have to put over here. Where do you have really time to master your craft? You don't. So something ends up lacking. And usually these content creators and truck drivers, they really kind of flame out. They don't pan out whatsoever. Some do last, some of these drivers they do come in with, take that back. Some of these content creators they do come in with a platform already. They come in with a following already, right? So now only thing they're doing is um highlighting their journey, right? This is my journey. This is my journey. Let's see where if he can expound on that a little bit.
To me, like that, it's a domino effect of bullshit that they go along with that. You know, like I say, man, people do what they do, and I'm not worried about it. The shit don't affect me, but I see it. I see it, and I can spot what it is. You know, tell the truth and shame the devil. You know, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I don't see the shit. But yeah, it seems like there's a lot more people more worried about making content than they trucking. That's why I never really wanted to do content or do no vlogs and shit like that, because I knew this shit would take up more time from my trucking with how I move out here. You know, when I get to where I'm going and I'm shutting down, like I don't want to have to be worried about recording shit, showing people my life.
That's a fact.
I don't want to do that.
That is a fact.
You know what I'm saying? These little videos I do right now, they cool, it's easy for me. Then plus I got the experience to where I could just sit up here and just kick it. It's you know what I'm saying? It's nothing.
That's a fact though, because you know, even when I started, right? Um, I was recording my journey through school, right? But it was I'm I went to a video editing class, right? And then I went into trucking. But you know, as I got into the truck on my own, right? I I stopped creating content because it was just hard. It was difficult trying to create content, record, vlog, edit, post, all while trying to keep focus on the road, watching the signs, watching my speed, hooking up, you know, to the trailer, sliding tandems, understanding the weight of the trailer, sliding the fifth wheel, hooking up hoses, keeping the product warm in the trailer, cooling the trailer off, learning the bill of ladings, learning my route. All of that stuff became primary, and creating content became secondary or non-existence at all. How do I get to this shipper and receiver on time? Every time. Watching these signs, making sure I don't make the wrong turn in the wrong neighborhood. The wrong turn in the wrong neighborhood will put you in some serious stuff, man. And it happens too. So let's see what else he's going. He's really cooking up something.
I'm speaking from the soul. This ain't no creative scripted shit. But I never wanted to do that type of I never really cared about doing content because I knew how much work it took. But when you look, a lot of these people, they put more work into their content than they do their real actual trucking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just through time, start seeing a lot of thirst trapping. You know, and at first, you know, it looked, you know, it caught your attention. It didn't catch your attention.
Absolutely.
But after a while, I just started seeing so much of it that it just started becoming redundant. To where it's like it's so cliche now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It's like the sexualization.
Damn.
in social media with trucking.
Damn.
I mean, it's cool to look at. I mean, you know, it's cool, but I think that has a domino effect on a fluctuation of people coming into the industry that don't need to be here. You know what I mean? That really don't want to do this, or people that think this shit is sweet, and they come into this and they find out that it's not what they thought it was.
Y'all coming in with the wrong intentions. Y'all coming in with the wrong idea. Y'all coming in thinking that trucking is easy, that you can just get up here in your sports bra, get up here in your tights. Hell, you can get up here in your high heels. Meanwhile, you have other truckers who out here in winter clothes, fleece jacket, hoodie, ashy knuckles, steel toe boots, cowboy boots, denim jeans, oil stains on their clothes. Come on, man. Come on, man. And then you got the other side over there with workout clothes and yoga pants. Which one is true? Which one is false? Can both of these be true at the same time? Can there be some truckers out there with yoga pants and sports bras? And then on the other side, you got some ashy knuckle drivers with oil stains in their clothes. Can both be true? Can both lifestyles really be true out here? Let's go.
You know, so if you see all these sexy women,
Mm-hmm. They look good,
all cleaned up, and got they, got their curves and what's the word? It's a word I'm trying to figure out. They attributes pronounced and highlighted and showing and acting like they doing work, with gloves on.
Got the assets out. They got the assets out.
Putting in, connecting the glad hands, acting like they doing some shit, making this truck and shit like they really doing some shit. When they ain't not getting under no hoods and fixing a goddamn thing, they're not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of what I noticed too. What I noticed too. I noticed a lot of these content creators. They come in. I mean, it's a lot of content creators that do this, not just women, but I noticed this with a lot of women. These content creators.
Okay.
Especially the ones that do the thirst trap and shit.
Let's go.
They come in. They lease brand new trucks from these companies, which most of us.
Come on now.
A lot, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, including myself.
Come on now.
That leasing is a bad idea. We know leasing through a company, especially, is a bad idea.
Come on, man.
But they coming in and they leasing these brand new trucks. But they do the content. It's the reason why a lot of content creators in trucking have brand new trucks leased through the company.
Okay.
So they responsible for this high ass overhead, for these high ass payments. That's why they got to do the content. You know what I mean? To supplement income for the money that, you know what I'm saying, that they making or barely making with them high ass truck notes. It all makes sense.
I wouldn't be surprised if many of the content creators with those brand new trucks that he's speaking of, they are subsidized, right? That they are maybe part of the recruiting team, because you got to understand a lot of these content creators, the way that they get paid, right? It's not necessarily trucking, It's trucking content and referrals. But let's see if he gets there.
Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I see it. You know, I don't know if y'all see it, but I see it.
Come on. Come on, man.
Yeah, a lot of people, man, they ain't even, from what I see on social media, a lot of people ain't even really coming out here to really drive, man. They not coming out here to really focus on trucking. They not coming out here to really grow in trucking. You know what I'm saying? And really get their hands dirty with this shit. They not coming out here for that. They coming out here to make content. As soon as they start school, they already got their camera work. They got their, they got their camera shit set up. They ain't coming out here to do no trucking for real.
It's funny because it's true. It's true, man. And I also been making some videos and some theories, and I'm building on the theory. Like, with the way that rates are today, you almost have to subsidize, right, or implement some different type of income just to stay afloat. And that's why a lot of truckers are starting to become creators and content creators, and why content creators are going into the trucking industry, man. Like, is it necessary to have a second, you know, a second income, man? Man,
They came out here to make content. They already knew what it was. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's a
And I
lick.
don't knock it. I don't knock the hustle. But I do see
You can peep game.
the domino effect of this shit.
Okay.
I do see it.
What's the domino
Since I've
effect?
been out here, when I first came into trucking, all you ever heard was the old timers saying, more people that was more experienced in this trucking. Things ain't what they used to be.
True.
We ain't had to worry about ELDs and we used to be able to do this and run like this and run 2 and 3
log books,
log books and all that. Just
Yeah.
all the glory days you used to hear about.
Yeah. So, which brings me running 2 and 3 log books. It makes me think about something like, was truckers really getting money like that, or were they just found a way to beat the system? Right? I mean, man, now I'm there now, right? Like, did truckers really make money back in the day? Were days really good? Or, I mean, were they making money like that? You know what I'm saying? Because, every now and then you'll hear somebody like, they're making, I don't know, $3 a mile, $4 a mile. That what they were clocking, right? And they were getting 3,000 miles per week, right? They're running 4,000 miles per week at $4 a mile, and they do that for 10 years straight. Or were they riding dirty? Hmm? Or were they running 3 log books, right? You know, were they burning up their clock? Like, okay, I say that I'm gonna be on break for 10 hours, but really I've been on break for 5, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that load on there, pick up another one and go. I said that I went on break, but I didn't go on break on all. I'm running on coffee and adrenaline. And this white substance, it looked like sugar, but it tastes like flour. Y'all know what I'm saying, man. Well, I mean, what if rates were already here, right? But regulations had caused things to not be bad, because it's not bad, right? Regulations is never a bad thing, because you've got safety regulations. You know what I'm saying? Things that put in place some standards put in place to kind of keep things balanced and safe. You know what I'm saying? Safety precautions, right? because we don't want people running miles and driving these trucks, without proper rest. We just don't want that. Running 3 and 4 log books, right? We don't want that. So what if the rates were what they are now? But back in the day, they just found a way to beat the system. And that's how they were making their money. And then they're looking at, the newer drivers, the content creators come in and they're like, well, shit, we're going to just subsidize our income, right? We're going to drive these trucks, get these high ass payments, and we're going to start doing content too with a thirst trap, with the dirty pillows out, and these yoga pants too.
Back in the day, before a lot of our time, especially before my time, you know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
but and I never knew how the glory days of people before me felt. I don't know. I'm coming in like the ELDs was already here when I came in, so
Right.
I don't know nothing. I can't really tell nothing.
That's
I
right.
can't, I ain't been in the game long enough, but now going on 8 years.
You can see the difference.
Going on 8 years for sure. Close to being in this shit for a dime. I can see some different shit is happening. I can feel it. I can see it. More trucks on the road.
Less parking.
It's a lot of drivers out here, man. Like when I came in, it seemed like it was the drivers against the four-wheelers. Now it's like drivers against each other. And four-wheelers.
Oh shit.
You got a lot of people out here, man, that don't care. A lot of people out here driving like they driving these rigs like they driving in four-wheelers. Seeing a lot more reckless driving out here amongst truckers, man. I'm seeing it a lot.
Wow.
I prefer to drive at night. So driving at night, I see a lot of truck stops, rest areas that just be overfilled and just piled up.
Let me tell you something, man. I haven't watched this I have watched the first few minutes of this video. I haven't watched it up to this point at all, but I knew he was going to go there with the parking because, man, it's crazy just to think how you run and there's no parking in some places, some areas, some cities. The Northeast, parking is horrendous. From Maryland up, parking is absolutely horrific. Hell, from Georgia, from Atlanta down to Florida, parking is horrific. Too many trucks on the road, man. Way too many drivers over the road, man. Like real talk. It's too easy to get a CDL. That's the thing. And that ain't social media. Social media just the industry is becoming more people friendly, right? Because once upon a time you had to learn how to shift those gears, man. Once upon a time you had to learn how to, shift those gears. That's a thing of the past now. That automatic, he was like, they drive these trucks like they driving a car. It's because these trucks are automatic, just like your car. Hell, you don't even see manual shift cars on the road like you used to. That's a thing of the past. Like, you used to see a muscle car. Shit. Now that I think about it, sometimes a 4-cylinder, right? Man, look, you can get your little Honda, man, with the gear shift. I remember my homeboy, he had a Toyota back in the day, a two-door Toyota, man, and he taught me how to drive drive a stick, man, and he had a Honda Accord, man, with a bad clutch on it. And I used to rev it up like, he's like, man, don't do that. You gonna burn up all the oil. Yeah, holding the clutch too long, right? But you don't see those manuals on the road anymore. You don't hear them on the road anymore. Society, man, is moving to a softer, more people friendly society, a more feminized society. We are moving towards a more feminized society. Let's see if he go there.
You know what I'm saying? With truckers, man. Just overfilled. Some of these rest stops, it just be looking terrible. Like trucks on top of each other. Like, man, it's just the way some of these people park. It's like, why? Why are you parking like that? You know, I go back and forth to North Carolina all the time. Did you?
Shout out to NC.
Yeah, I go back and forth to North Carolina all the time. So I'm going through West Virginia. We're going through Ohio, Virginia, or West Virginia, then Virginia, then North Carolina.
Man, let me tell you, dog, if y'all driving those mountains, shout out to y'all. It's tough, dog. Unless I got a light load, I ain't really going through West Virginia and Virginia like that. No.
But it's a Loves off on I-77.
Yeah.
Exit 58. And if you go on I-77 East,
North Carolina?
There's I-77 East. Because the Loves will be, if you going east on I-77, the Loves will be on the right side. But it's exit 58. I think the name of the town is called Bastion. But I parked there a few times. And usually, you know, I would like to, from running from Chicago, because it take me about 2 days to get to where I'm going, where I usually go in North Carolina. So what I would like to do is drive from Chicago all the way to that Loves. That way when I, you know, do my 10-hour break and wake up the next morning, all I got is like 4 hours to go.
That boy can drive, boy.
I don't even mess with that Loves no more. I don't mess with it because it's just horrible at night. There's been a few times, man, I made it there in the day, shut down, you know, get up in the night. And I mean, bro, why is it trucks parked in front of me? Like, I'm facing this way, but this truck's parked in front of me. So I got to get out of my truck and knock on these people's window and door to politely.
Oh, they will block your ass in. You better believe they will block your ass in. These people do not care.
Ask them if they can move their truck, which I shouldn't have to do that. You know, I do it respectfully, but I shouldn't have to do that.
They will block you in, bro. That's crazy.
This happened twice, so I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the way they park at this particular Loves at night, the way it's set up. I'm not parking there no more. You know what I'm saying?
That happened to me more than once, man, a few times. Loves, Pilot, TA.
Been out here for so long, you start getting real strategic with how you move, especially when you become an owner-operator. Especially when you're responsible for your own equipment. You start really becoming particular with how you move. But that parking at that Loves, like, nah.
You good on that?
Mess with it no more.
Say you good.
I rearrange. You know, my trip plans on that one. But yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just making the point, like, man, I'm seeing a lot of shit change out here. Now, I don't think social media is the only reason why
good, let's go.
Trucking is being destroyed. You know what I'm saying? You got the government, of course. You got these 3-letter agencies, of course. A bunch of people out here making rules and regulations. They don't know nothing about being out here. Ain't never been in these trenches at all.
Now you cooking.
Then you had the media, the news media, you know, during COVID, even before COVID, kept pushing this shit out there talking about it was a trucking shortage. It was a trucking shortage.
Now you're going.
And
There you go.
I don't really think it ever was a trucking shortage. I think the way it was supposed to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but now you got all these truckers in. Now I don't complain about rates. You know, because I'm not owner operator that has his own authority. So people who got their own authority, they're more attentive to that type of shit because they got to wheel and deal with the brokers. So they seeing the rates and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really complain about rates, but
come on,
I can, you know, I mean, well, I have been affected. Yeah, I've been affected too with low rates. You know, so, another spot I used to go to in North Carolina, you know, they tried to cut the rates in half. I told my DM, like, don't send me that one no more. You know what I'm saying? I used to like taking that one. It was to what? To Rayford, North Carolina. They cut the rate in half. Like, hell no, it ain't even worth going out there. Not driving my truck through the money, right? I had no issue going through West Virginia. That money ain't right. I'm not going through. Hell no. No. So yeah, the rates have affected me too. You know what I'm saying? But I see what drivers talking about. You know, I mean, I don't let the shit affect me. I move and I adjust and I move to how shit is flowing. Just like Bruce Lee says, you got to flow. You got to be like water, and it's true. You got to learn how to flow and adjust with what's going on.
Let's go.
So
okay.
Yeah. And rates is low because what? Because you got this overpopulated industry now. It's very overpopulated, and all these factors. You know, as far as the overpopulation, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there, man. Look, because as in with all things, supply and demand, because we speak on the barrier of entry for trucking being very low. Like I said, all trucks are being when they're manufactured, when they're being made, they come off the assembly line, they are automatic, right? Anybody that can drive a car, they can pretty much get their CDL now because these trucks are automatic, right? So any and everybody is getting a CDL, okay? Now, what happens is rates can go down because you have more trucks on the road, you have more competition. Uh, Certain markets are oversaturated, right? Let's take, places like the Northeast, right? You have so many trucks out there. If you try to get a load out of the Northeast, you're not gonna get such a great rate, right? On top of high fuel. That's just how it is, right? Florida. Florida has a whole bunch of damn trucks down there. Rates are trash, okay? You know, markets are oversaturated. Certain markets are double and triple capacity. Just just terrible, right? You have a half a load per truck, you know? But then there are some industries where there's not enough competition to go around. The medical field, you never hear that. You never hear the media say, well, there is a doctor shortage, right? You would never hear them say that there is a doctor shortage. Teacher shortage, and that's true. We don't have enough teachers. Or there's not enough dentists to go around. With as many people walk around with bad health, bad teeth, poor health, poor dental health, you would think the media be on a witch hunt for more doctors and more dentists, but they're not. Dentists and doctors are some of the best paying professions in America. I used to say that we're good on the construction workers and blue collar workers. South America. We're good on those. We're good. Thank you. Send over some of those cheap doctors. Send over some of those cheap medical professionals. We need more of those, right? We need a dental office on every corner, just like there's a McDonald's. We need a doctor's office in the area, just like there are supermarkets in the area. Come on, man. For every truck driver, we need us a dentist, right? For every trucking company, we need just as many dental office and doctor offices, general practice, whatever the case may be. We need to oversaturate some of those markets. Make those services more competitive and easier, to get into. One, and more affordable. If we had more doctors, things would be more affordable. If you had more dentists, their services would be more affordable. They bring in more skilled laborers, more truck drivers, more people to drive these trucks. They can keep rates low. And that's just the name of the game, man. Supply and demand. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video right here, man. Social media destroyed trucking. What y'all think, man? Who killed trucking? Right? Who destroyed the trucking industry? Another trucker, he says he starts with social media, then he goes on, he says that the government played a role in it. Is it the content creators? Hell, is it the truck drivers of the past? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This is your boy, AK Harrison, from whoisak harrison.com. We about to go ahead and get on up out of here, man. Till next time, dog. We're gonna go ahead and check on out. Peace.